Well, Trump is having a terrible week, and I am loving this for him. The week started out with him and Putin having a little lover's spat because Putin has Trump exactly where he wants him, and Trump has absolutely no power and no influence over Putin. Then, his other lover, Elonia Muskrat, expressed disappointment in the big beautiful bill, citing that it would balloon the debt. Yeah. What really gets me about this story is that it gives me the sense that Elonia Muskrat actually thought that they were slashing the debt of the country through all those cuts he was making. I'm kind of confused. Did he not know that they were just doing that for tax cuts? Did they not talk about that? Because he is big mad that the big beautiful bill is going to add like $3.5 to $4 trillion to the debt. He didn't know? Did he really think that he was cutting waste, fraud, and abuse? Actually? That puts his involvement on a whole different level. Like, he is big disappointed. And I love this for him, too. He is also having a terrible week because he had another rocket that big boomed, and he had been working 24/7 trying to launch that thing. And it just boomed like the rest of them. Now he's like, I'm done putting money into politics, and I don't think I'll be doing politics anymore. I'm working 24/7 trying to save the companies that he tanked. Keep up the good work on that company. I want to see Tesla go bankrupt. And SpaceX next. And what his company is doing in Memphis is going to be another video. But I digress. Trump is also having an absolutely terrible week because yesterday, a unanimous federal judge decision came down saying that Trump did not have the authority to enact sweeping tariffs on every country in the world, including the country of penguins. 3-judge panel, all appointed by different presidents, Reagan, Obama, and Trump himself, came out against Trump, saying that he could not use the International Emergency Economic Powers Act of 1977 to enact his sweeping tariffs. That act had never been used that way. But leave it to Trump to find a loophole to break the law. Just like with the Aliens Enemies Act that he used to do sweeping deportations without due process, he used this act to do sweeping tariffs, bypassing Congress, who has the power of the purse. Now, this 3-panel court is the Court of International Trade, so they know a little bit about what they're talking about. They said that the tariff orders will be vacated and their operation will be permanently enjoined, which means that this is a permanent order. He is not allowed to tariff countries indiscriminately using the act that he used. Now, this is where it's going to get kind of messy because, one, we have already seen that companies started jacking up prices even if they were not affected as much by the tariffs. The tariffs that Trump put on for auto, steel, and aluminum imports, those tariffs will stand. The reason why is because those tariffs were enacted under a different section, Section 232, and they were not the ones challenged in this court. So, those tariffs will have to be decided on in a different manner. So those tariffs will still stand. This makes things really messy. It's going to be really difficult to find out which companies are being honest when it comes to their prices and which companies are going to be using all this chaos as a way to jack up their prices and make a bigger profit. It's going to be very interesting to see what companies' prices come down and what companies' prices stay up or even increase because of the steel, aluminum, and auto import prices. It is also going to be very interesting to see what happens with the big beautiful bill. Because they were planning on using the extra taxes from us, that's what they were planning to use for their $4.5 trillion tax cut for the rich. That, along with cutting Medicaid, WIC programs, and veteran programs, and federal jobs, taxes and incentives for clean energy, all of that. But the tariffs, that tax that they were getting from us, not other countries, from us on our goods that we were buying, that is now going away. So it's going to be very interesting how they plan on paying for this $4.5 trillion tax cut for the rich, students, and people that owe student loans. Bad news. Now that this tariff is going away, they're probably going to start hitting the student loan thing a lot harder because they need that money to come from somewhere so that they can pay for people who could already put food on the table. Watch this space.